Welcome to Manifested Publishers.
How are you, learners? Here I am again to continue with the study of geography. The topic is minerals and rocks. Minerals and rocks. During the last lesson, we defined minerals. We said that minerals are naturally occurring crystalline inorganic substances with a definite chemical composition and physical properties. For a substance to be termed as a mineral, then that substance has to meet the following conditions. Number one, it has to be one that occurs naturally. What does that mean? That means that minerals are not man-made. Minerals occur naturally. We all find them here on the earth. There is no one living today who can claim to have been alive at a time when minerals were not on the earth or beneath the earth. There are minerals that are found on the surface of the earth, others are found beneath the earth. So they occur naturally. Minerals, we also learned, are crystalline. They are inorganic substances. They occur naturally on or beneath the surface of the earth. We learned that every mineral has a distinct chemical composition. And we gave here a list of elements that make up minerals. The main ones being oxygen, potassium, magnesium, aluminium, iron, sodium, calcium, and silicon. We learned that some minerals like gold, like diamond, like silver have only one element, while others like quartz have more than one element. Learners, we also noted in our last lesson that substances like petroleum, natural gas, coal are not regarded as minerals. They are not regarded as minerals. Petroleum, natural gas, coal, though they occur naturally, they are not regarded as minerals because they are organic in origin. Organic in origin means they are made up of living things. So geologists prefer to call them fossil fuels. Learners, do you understand? Minerals, we said, are inorganic substances. They are not made up of living things. That's what we learned in our last lesson under minerals. Today we want to proceed, learners, and study the characteristics of minerals. Characteristics of minerals. So I want you to write down characteristics Characteristics of minerals. Characteristics of minerals. Now, learners, from the definition, we get the main characteristics of minerals. Remember, we say that number one, minerals are naturally occurring. That is a characteristic. Then we also learned that minerals are inorganic. Number two. Number three, minerals are solid. Crystal solid. Then number four, we saw that minerals they have a definite chemical composition. Those are the main characteristics of minerals. Let me take it again. All minerals have basic characteristics which can be used to identify them. They are substances which are, number one, inorganic. Number two, they occur naturally. They occur naturally in the earth. Number three, they are solid. Then number four, they have a definite chemical composition. Definite chemical composition. All right? All minerals. All minerals. All minerals have the following basic characteristics. Characteristics. Have the following basic characteristics which can do what? Which can be used to identify them. One, minerals are naturally occurring. They occur naturally beneath the earth. Number two, they are inorganic. Inorganic. Minerals are inorganic. Number three, they are crystal solid. Minerals are solid. Minerals are solid. They are not gases. They are solid. Number four, from the definition of minerals, learners, minerals have a definite chemical composition. Have definite chemical composition. We saw there are those that are made up of one element, others are made up of combination of elements. But whichever combination or whichever composition, then that composition is definite, they have a definite chemical composition. Now, other than these four, we have other characteristics of minerals. Other characteristics. These are the main or basic characteristics, these four, but we have other characteristics. other characteristics. Other characteristics of minerals. That's what we want to study in our today's lesson. Now, other characteristics, learners, is that one of these characteristics we want to study is that minerals have different degrees of hardness. Minerals have different degrees of hardness. Or let me say 1, they have different degrees of hardness. They have different degrees of hardness. Some are very hard, whereas others are very soft. Learners, do I need to explain further? No, I don't need to. There are some minerals that are very hard, others are soft. Okay? The second characteristic is that some minerals aggregate into distinct shapes. Some minerals, some, not all, but some minerals aggregate into distinctive, or let me say distinct, into distinct shapes. They aggregate into distinct shapes. Distinct shapes. For example, quartz. A crystal quartz, learners, a crystal quartz is a 6-sided prism, e.g., a crystal quartz. A crystal quartz. This is a mineral. It has a distinct shape, a specific shape, and this is a shape that takes form of a prism. And that prism has 6 sides. Distinct shape of a quartz is that of a 6-sided prism. That I'll show you in a diagram, learners. On your screen, you can see a 6-sided prism. You can see a 6-sided prism on your screen. That is what I mean, that some minerals aggregate into distinct shapes. For example, a crystal of quartz is a 6-sided prism. That is a 6-sided prism. 6-sided prism. The third characteristic, learners, let me have the third one here. The third characteristic of minerals is that some minerals have only one element, whereas others may have more than one element. And I gave examples in our last lesson of minerals that only have one element, like gold, silver, copper, diamond. These 4 minerals only have one element, but others, like bauxite, have more than one element. So another characteristic is that some minerals like gold, silver, diamond have only one element, whereas some other minerals like bauxite have more than one element. They have more than one element. Number 4, the fourth characteristic is that minerals can be opaque, translucent, or transparent. Minerals can be opaque, translucent, or transparent. Minerals can be opaque, they can be translucent, they can be transparent. Now, this characteristic refers to the ability of a mineral to allow light to pass through it. So that minerals which do not allow light to pass through them are opaque. And translucent minerals allow some light to pass through them. And one can see through transparent minerals. So for opaque minerals, light cannot pass through them. For translucent minerals, some light can pass through them. But for transparent minerals, light can pass through them. One can see through. One can see through. So the quality of being opaque, translucent, or transparent simply refers to the ability of a mineral to allow light to pass through it. Then number 5, the fifth characteristic is that minerals have different texture. Minerals have different textures. Minerals have different textures. By textures, referring to feel. It's just like the texture of this coat. The feel. How I feel when I touch this coat is not the same when I touch the tie. Okay? The tie. The feel is different. Or the shirt. The red shirt. The feel is different. When I touch the duster, the texture of this duster is different from the texture of the pen. So minerals have different textures or feel. That is characteristic number 5. The texture of gold is different from the texture of diamond, or the texture of bauxite, or the texture of silver. Do you understand, learners? Number 6, minerals have specific colors. Minerals have what? Minerals have specific colors. For example, gold. What is the color of gold? Gold is yellow in color. Copper is also has its own unique, specific color. Learners, do I need to explain it further? When I say minerals have specific colors, it's not like clothes, learners. See, you may have black, there is red, there is yellow. Okay, cloth comes in different colors. But for minerals, if you are talking of gold, then the color of gold is just one, specific, which is yellow. Number 7, minerals have what we call luster. This refers to the shiny appearance. Luster refers to the shiny appearance of a substance. Shiny appearance. And that refers to the appearance of the surface. Appearance of the surface of a mineral as it reflects light. As it does what? As it reflects light. That's why there are some people who can tell genuine gold and fake gold by just exposing it to light. Because gold has specific luster. The shiny appearance of the surface of the mineral as it reflects light. That's what we are referring to as luster. Okay. Minerals have luster. Number 8, minerals have different degrees of tenacity. Minerals have different degrees of tenacity. What is tenacity? That's an English word. Tenacity, learners, refers to the ability of the mineral to withstand tearing or crushing or breaking. The ability to withstand breaking. Then we can describe such a thing that has ability not to break, we then say that thing is tenacious. Okay? Tenacious. Such that when you are referring to minerals, we can refer to those minerals that are brittle, minerals that are elastic, or minerals that are flexible. Flexible. They can change, they can break easily or not being able to break easily. The ability to withstand tearing, ability to withstand breaking. So different, we are those that are high, which have high degree of tenacity. Others have low degrees of tenacity. There are those that cannot break easily. Others can break easily. So minerals can also be looked at from that perspective, the characteristic of being tenacious. Okay? Then number 9, cleavage. Another characteristic is in relation to cleavage. What is cleavage? Now, learners, some minerals, especially those that are crystallized, some minerals, learners, particularly the crystallized ones, have the tendency to split or to break regularly, or to break within certain lines because they are crystallized. But there are those minerals that are not crystallized. We call them non-crystallized minerals. Non-crystallized minerals are minerals like sulfur. And when you break sulfur, sulfur breaks irregularly because it is non-crystallized. But the crystallized ones, they break along certain lines. Now, that ability to break along certain lines is what we are referring to as cleavage. It's called cleavage. Then lastly, another characteristic is in relation to number 10, streak. Streak, streak, streak. How is it a characteristic? What's the meaning of streak? Now, learners, streak. By streak, we mean the color that a mineral leaves when it is rubbed against a hard surface. When you have a mineral, and you rub it against a hard surface, what color does it leave? So minerals differ in streak. There are those that may leave a white color, others a dark color, others a yellow color. So we are saying here that minerals differ in streak. And by streak we mean the color that a mineral leaves when it is rubbed against a hard surface. Learners, is that clear? And on that note, we come to the end of our today's lesson, where we have discussed the characteristics of minerals. What have we learned today? Today, we've learned that all minerals have some basic characteristics which can be used to identify them. So learners, if you have a substance, how do you tell that this substance is a mineral? These four are the basic characteristics of minerals. Number 1, minerals are naturally occurring. Number 2, they are inorganic. Number 3, minerals are solid. Number 4, have definite chemical composition. Then in our today's lesson, we also learned other characteristics. These ones are not basic, but these are additional characteristics. Number 1, we said minerals have different degrees of hardness. Number 2, some minerals aggregate into distinct shapes, like a crystal of a quartz. We learned that it takes the shape of a 6-sided prism. A crystal, when you take a crystal of a quartz, it will have a particular shape, which is a 6-sided prism. Then characteristic number 3, we've learned that some minerals like gold, some minerals like silver, diamond, we can even add copper. They have only one element, whereas other minerals like bauxite have more than one element. Number 4, we've learned also that minerals can be opaque, translucent, or transparent. Then we also learned minerals have different texture or feel. Number 5, they have different texture or feel. Number 6, minerals have specific colors. Number 7, minerals have luster. Number 8, minerals have different degrees of tenacity, cleavage, and strength. Those are 10 additional characteristics that we've learned in our today's lesson. Do you have any question? If you have any question, learners, you are free to ask your question. Below this video, there is a comment section where you can post your questions, and all your questions will be answered. I'm going to leave you with one revision question. One question, explain 10 characteristics of minerals. When answering this question, make sure your exercise book is closed. Try and see if you can remember what you have learned in our today's lesson from your memory. Thank you for attending our today's lesson. In our next lesson, we are going to continue with the topic minerals and rocks. Bye-bye.